What's up? How you doing? Here we are again, Wednesday night, and everybody knows Wednesday night, spaghetti. Spaghetti night. When I was growing up, I don't know if it was a coincidence, but Wednesday was spaghetti. And Anthony was popular in my neighborhood, so everybody knew Wednesday was Prince Spaghetti Day. And Anthony's mother would yell, "Anthony," and then he'd run home and eat spaghetti. So today, we have spaghetti from Italy. This is Pastifico G Di Martino pasta, and this is spaghetti established 1912. 1912. Check that out. Now on the back they give you an expiration date, March 2023, so over a year. And we're also going to have some Italian sausages. Now these are butcher made. These are prime cuts of meat, and they make these sausages. This is not was that Barnaby Jones sausage or Jones, whatever. These are high quality sausages. And we have a little drinky poo here. We're gonna have a little bit, not much, a little bit. And this is Ouzo Classic Dry number 7. Just picked this up at the French store, and I bought some cheese from France, so give it a shot. Like in that movie Rocky, the bartender and Rocky are talking, and the bartender looks up and Apollo Creed is being interviewed, and he looks at him and he goes, "You believe this guy?" He's like, "What a clown." Rocky says to him, "You calling Apollo Creed a clown?" He says, "This man's champion of the world. Took his best shot and became champ. What shot did you ever take?" And so the bartender opens up, I don't know what it was, whiskey or whatever, and he goes, "You want me to take a shot? I'll take a shot." He takes a shot of whiskey, and then Rocky grabs a few bucks out of his pocket, and a couple of bucks, maybe it was even $1. It was all crinkled up, throws it there. He goes, "What are you getting upset about? Want me to take a shot? I'll take a shot." So he took a shot. But we're gonna try this out. So I opened it up, brand new. About $25 for this. It's 86 proof. We're not going to drink the whole thing, just a little bit. We want to find our room at night. Be wandering around the house, can't find where my bed is. Just a little bit. Very refreshing. I drink it with ice. Some people, they drink it, you know, straight, no ice, but I want it to be cold and with ice. So, very nice. Good. Refreshing. A lot of people that haven't had this before, they find it a bit overwhelming, the flavor, so you may have to have this a few times before you can appreciate it. But it goes well with cheese, olives, mortadella if you want, you know, little things like that it goes well with, but especially Greek cheese. So yeah, and it turns, you add a little bit of water to this or ice, it turns milky. Kind of reminds me of pine oil, you know, the stuff I clean the toilets with, but it doesn't taste like that. Not bad. Anyway, so get the sausages here. These are all pork. Usually I get 8 chicken and 8 pork. This time I got all pork, 16 of them. Look at that. Good sausage. So I'm going to start the fire up over here. Mild night. I want to say that the Webb telescope, James Webb, is in the location it should be in, Lagrange 2. Everything as we speak is functioning the way it should, but there's about 4 or 5 months of testing before it's going to snap its Polaroids up there. So I'm very excited about seeing that happen. And I was watching a video earlier today about what NASA is planning for the next generation of telescopes, and that's going to be the next generation, supposedly. Now remember, this was supposed to be up there in 2007, and it only went up now, 2022. So, well, actually 2021 Christmas, but so the other one, the next generation from James Webb, is going to go up, they say, sometime in the early 2030s, and we'll see. And then there's another one after that, so there's a few. So very excited about that. Anything about the universe, anything about trying to figure out this puzzle of the universe and what it is and what it is contained in. What is the universe expanding into? That always fascinated me. I know it could be infinite, but even that, you know, I don't see how something can have a beginning and be infinite at the same time. You know, at what point did it become infinite? You know. Anyway, so these are very fresh, very fresh. Start the fire up. All right. Okay, so the fire is going over there. We'll let it heat up a little bit. So, as I said in a previous video, last Thursday, fire department did. Last Thursday, it's a loud horn. I'd like to get that for Alright, so I get the fire going. We're going to let it burn for a little bit, heat up the place. As I said in a previous video, last Thursday I forgot the key fob from my car at home, this thing here, and because my wife was sitting next to me in the car in the passenger seat, the car started, so I didn't know I forgot this until I dropped her off and went on my way up to Devil's Punch Bowl and shut the car off and noticed that the trunk was not opening with my hand squeezing the handle in the back. Then I realized that this was missing from the car, and this car will run until you shut it off when you started it with the key fob. So like I said, my wife was in the car, I dropped her off, and I didn't shut the car off. So now I'm paranoid. I don't want that to happen again, so I triple check that this is with me, and I've bought this this long leather keychain that attaches to my belt buckle, and now I keep my house keys and my car key together, where in the past, up until last week, I had the car key separate. So in the morning where it's all hectic, you're trying to get out of the house, you know, and you're not really thinking about all the things you're forgetting. I forgot this on the counter in the kitchen, but now because it's together, I can't leave the house unless I have my house keys, because the gate needs the key to unlock. So if I can't unlock the gate, that means the car keys are not on me. So I've become paranoid now. Hopefully that never happens again, and I'm going to do everything I can to prevent that from happening. We'll see. A lot of flavor. very licoricey tasting. And you know what the funny thing is? I can't stand licorice. You know, the stuff that kids eat, that the red and black, you know, thing like that. When I was in school, a lot of the kids in my school would eat that stuff, and they would pull out a, you know, piece of it, and they would say, "You want a piece?" And the second I would see it was licorice, I would say, "No, I never liked licorice, the candy licorice. This is, I don't know, this is very licoricey." So yeah, I'm not a fan. I was a fan of Doritos though. I could eat my weight in Doritos. I was like the Dorito kid in school. My father always bought Doritos, good bag, and lunchtime I would have a bag. Recess time I'd eat the Doritos, and every kid in my class would come by and can I have a chip? So by the time everybody came by, I would get like two chips. But I was known as a Dorito guy. I still like Doritos. But now, I prefer the ranch one over the nacho cheese. Nacho. There used to be this guy, what was he, like a chubby guy with curly hair and a mustache, and he would eat the Dorito Crunch. I don't know whatever happened to him. But, yeah, he had commercials in the 70s. So. I don't know what the number 7 stands for. The only number 7 I know is number 7, the mule that Mad Jack from Grizzly Adams had. Mad Jack's mule was number 7. Or it might have been a donkey. I think maybe it was a donkey. Either way, number 7. Very stubborn. No, I think it was a mule. I'll stick with mule. So, yeah, I was a big fan of that show. And when I was in school, we had Scholastic Reader. So once a month or whatever, you know, you'd get this. It was like a little newspaper, and there were like maybe 50 books in there you could choose from, and you could choose all of them if you wanted. But if you picked 3, if you bought 3, they would give you a poster for free. And I remember one time I ended up getting 3 books, and I got a Benji poster. Benji, if you don't know, is a famous dog. They used to make movies with that dog, Benji. But I used to get a lot of those books. And my favorite book, the one I got from Scholastic Reader, was a book called Earth's Hidden Mysteries. And that one had the Bermuda Triangle, which hoax, it's nothing. It had spaceships there, flying saucers. It had the Dutchman's gold mine or treasure or whatever. But Easter Island, it had all those kind of things in there. Bermuda Triangle was cool because I had seen a movie around that time about the Bermuda Triangle. Anyway, I got interrupted over there. But I was watching something about the Bermuda Triangle, so that book was fascinating to me, but it wasn't the Bermuda Triangle story that got me to buy the book. It was the flying saucer story. To this day, I am fascinated with the possibility of life, intelligent life, not germs, bacteria, things like that. I don't care about that as much, although that would be an interesting discovery. But I'm more interested in intelligent life. Life that is technologically advanced. So that's why I got that book. It's a very thin book. You could read it in like, 30 minutes. But yeah, to this day I'm still searching for the evidence of intelligent life out there. SETI keeps looking, but they're not finding anything. Banging going on there. liverwurst. I've never had it. But one of my favorite cartoons, Shaggy, Scooby, they always mention, well, not the dog, but whoa, liverwurst. I've never had it, but one of my favorite cartoons, Scooby-Doo, they would mention it once in a while. Shaggy always wanted a liverwurst sandwich. I see it at the grocery store, cold cut section. I've never ordered it. I've never uttered the words, give me a pound of that liverwurst. Maybe one day. But I love Shaggy, Scooby, Fred, Velma. What's the other one? Daphne. Daphne was the hot one. But yeah, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Shaggy never ate meat on that because Casey Kasem, who did the voice, was a vegetarian, and that was the agreement. They would mention, you know, meat, stuff like that, but it never went into his mouth. Sometimes he would go eat a sausage or something, and Scooby would jump up and eat the meat. But yeah, Casey Kasem was a vegetarian. Anyway, I have this book, and I love it. It's a great book. It's the ultimate visual history of the world. The history of mankind from prehistory to modern times. It's a great book. Lots of things in here. It's a page turner. So I highly recommend this book. National Geographic puts it out. Fascinating. Still drinking the same thing.